Has a full schedule today with some meetings this morning and meetings that are scheduled to go throughout the afternoon. If we're to stay on schedule today, we're going to need to run this meeting a little tight, which I will do. In the meantime, we're going to start off with an update from EMA and Facilities Director John Curtis.
You. Good morning.
Good morning.
Just our mid-year update here about what our capital projects look like, what our updates to county facilities look like, just how we're kind of proceeding. So it's an exciting year. We've got a lot going for us this year. I'd say it's probably one of our busiest ever if you talk about number of different large-scale projects. Kind of that highlight I'd like to lead off with is Sheridan. Sheridan Center is looking really good. We haven't driven by lately. It's now a different color, which is great because the previous color was really bad. So we are no longer in the Southwest. We've updated to a nice modern look with some foreshadowing to our colors of the county logo. So and signage will be coming along. It'll look like part of the county. Inside, as you can see up in the upper left, stage is built. We're in drywall phase, and we're really cranking through a lot of the big hurdles. I'm confident. I'm not overconfident, but I'm confident of the state of the county. Really, it'll be just some minor things that if we run along.
Bottom left, a rendering.
Bottom left is the rendering. That's
Okay.
the finished product. Yeah.
You had me excited there for a
Yeah, so just kind of trying to get the same view, what you see there. But really what we've seen here is good progress. It's a busy environment in the building trades right now. So when we have to go through plan reviews and things like that, it does slow that process down a little bit, but we're making headway. And we hope to have a change order, which is a positive in this case for veteran services coming to you very soon. So we're in the pricing mode of that. Veteran services would be right next door to the conference center, and they're really excited. They've seen a floor plan. I think it's going to be real positive to have that located in Sheridan Center as well.
And let me ask you, John, if it's not ready for the state of the county, what would be your top two reasons why that might occur?
I only have really one reason, which is just getting some of the building materials done and approved and then built. And I don't anticipate that. What I would tell you, worst case scenario, two key factors in this process is this will be a fire suppressed area. Fire suppression is a pretty complicated issue, especially since we have to tap into an area that's currently in lease with a tenant. So we have to pull off of their fire rifle. That's just been a struggle. We're still not approved. We're getting there. But worst case scenario, we'd be called what's a fire watch. So I would be sitting in the back of the room and making sure that there's no fires.
Do we need an occupancy and compliance permit?
We'll get one. We'll have occupancy before the state county. Yeah, we will have a what's called a temporary or conditional if we don't have that fire system in place.
You know this is all being recorded.
Yeah. I mean, my promises have no guarantee or warranty, so they are just guesses at this point. But no, I feel confident in that, except for that fire suppression piece. We probably should hit that, even with we're hearing good things that.
Bonnie was just pointing out to me it's not actually being recorded; it's just being streamed. So I think there's some wiggle room for you.
General notes being taken. Other updates to this building, the roof we just completed, dire need, and now that's got a 30-year warranty roof. We're going to be looking at HVAC in this process and in next year, bringing down our electrical and more importantly our gas bills. Converting this to a gas heat building saves a lot of money, and we've kind of prettied up the exterior now. So really a nice facility. I think the neighbors appreciate it, and it's going to be a great place for us to be. Next up, workforce. The building's blue now. We've got a blue building. Again, leaning into the brand, and we are what you see here in that tan brick. Well, that'll be kind of a light gray, so it almost will be a reverse of Sheridan. In that building, we'll get a new front with a lot more windows. It'll really look like a modern building. Just something that you can showcase, and when you come into the facility, people are going to be kind of surprised in how nice it looks, I think. Inside, what you're looking at is that multi-purpose room that we've all met in there. It's kind of a bad picture in a way because I had to widescreen it, but that conference room will be 150 easy, and it has what I've liked the best about it. It has a almost like a theater style ceiling that's going to raise up and give you a little bit of an auditorium feel. So economic development spaces will all be done. Rick's office, his staff, the conference room, it's all going to be nice and cohesive and really work. And then really exciting is our respiratory therapy lab and the phlebotomy lab. So those two spaces are in this construction project. What did I say? Well, raspy. I guess, I don't know. And you know what? I really worked hard to spell phlebotomy, right? I always worry about that one. Dang it. Moving on. Airport hangars. The box hangars, which are on your right, are mostly skinned, exterior metal. And then our T hanger is all in structural, and it should be starting to get wrapped up now. The T hanger, those are all doors, really, that wrap that metal structure. So it kind of comes on a little later because you have to build that door before you put metal on it. Whereas the box hangers are freeside, are just your traditional metal building. We're above ground. We're past the stages where there could be complications. We had just a few complications, again, more towards code, where we had to increase insulation and increase our energy factors. But all in all, we're coming in target both on cost and opening. Next up, a completed project here is our jail security. Sheriff and I were just talking before the meeting, going well. We've got a couple kinks to work out of access, which is a good thing. Right now, if you have to have access to the facility, you have to call into dispatch, and the dispatcher will see you on a camera and approve you and open up the gate remotely. That may or may not work for every situation, but we'll work through those on a case-by-case basis. But we're now secure, looks good, looks like it's part of the facility all along. And honestly, when you're breezing by, the black fence kind of just goes away. So I'm happy. I think the sheriff is hopefully happy. And then we'll probably tag in some landscaping as we proceed a little bit down the path. And then that parking lot gets a refresh this year as well. 239 West Main, we did the HVAC phase 1. So this was flying in new 15,000 pound rooftop units. This lift was done with a crane, not a helicopter, much to my sadness. But this was a project long in the making. These are about 25-year-old units. They no longer had heat. The heat was broken years ago. And the air conditioning was failing with an old refrigerant that we couldn't fix. So 3 units pretty much cool that entire building. So we fly those in, take the old one off, drop the new one in. It was done and working the same day, which I thought is remarkable. But next into that building, we work on some of the internal controls, just like we did here. Energy savings not as great as other buildings because we just can't convert this one to gas. I think AEP knew what they were doing when that natural gas wasn't something that we could bring in successfully there. And then a new roof that will finish off that project, extending that warranty out to 2035. Another completed project we talked about in the past, Jeremiah Salt Barn. It's getting a lot of salt in it. Getting pretty full. I popped out there yesterday and I know you're getting more and more deliveries.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It'll be full by the time this
Full,
comes through.
So pretty cool. It's a pretty intimidating structure when you're up sitting on it. You can play football in there and have a good time. Some other projects we completed without pictures here. The 239 had an LED upgrade. That was a grant funded project. So Ohio Department of Development. 239, we updated those restrooms this year. We talked about that a little bit in the past. Again, focusing on the energy efficiency. We're currently in-house doing the Ag Center LED upgrade. So we're doing that with some of the lights recycled from Workforce. So when we actually upgraded Workforce in the economic development space a number of years ago, when we moved in, we had LED installed there. We're getting all refresh. So we took those lights and moved them out to Ag, save a couple dollars. We're also doing Sheridan LED upgrades as we go through spaces. 26, pretty wide open right now. We're early in the capital cycle or the budget cycle. Annual parking lot upkeep, 239 phase 2, which is those internal components, and then the Sheridan second phase of the HVAC, which is over the health department space. That building, obviously, some of those units are 2005, so we're going to have to replace those to keep them up in their standard. But they did last a fair. They exceeded their ASHRAE standards. So, and then whatever the budget process brings down, we'll tackle it for next year. Questions?
Commissioner Levesey, any questions for John?
No, I don't. John, looks good, man.
And this is the highlights. We're in the buildings every day making smaller repairs and updates and replacing HVAC units as they come on board, or with little light remodels, a couple remodels in this building this year. So it's been a good busy year.
Yeah, John, I know you have a million things going on right now, which is good, and you're doing a great job. And I would just say, if you see any early warning signs on the Sheridan Center, we'd want to be made aware of that. I don't know what Plan B would be, but it'd be pretty ugly.
There's a Plan B. It's not, always have a Plan B. But no, I don't anticipate we have any problems occupying by that.
County Commission, appreciate you very much.
Thank you.
This time, the commission sets aside an opportunity for voters and taxpayers to address the commission. If you'd like to do so, please approach the podium and begin with your name and residential address. We do have a 3-minute rule, which we need to enforce today, given our schedule, which goes into the late afternoon. Under those terms and conditions, is there anyone who would like to address the commission?
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
The progress of buildings here in Fairfield County, and I think back on when I moved here in 1970, what the county buildings were involved in at that time, it almost is beyond my imagination what all has taken place. And so one of the problems our president has, and I know this is dealing with county things here, but county is going to be affected with short finances in some areas. We know that. And it takes a lot of wisdom to decide what areas need to be cut and how to handle the money. So with that thought, I would like to go to prayer. Lord, we come before you this morning to give these people that are in charge of the money that's used in this county for the purposes that we see. Give them a wisdom beyond themselves that they might do the best they can for everybody in this county, that everybody would be looked at and considered. And we pray, Lord, we know that the wisdom comes from you, because I've had that experience many times in my life. And I pray that the people in charge here will continue to do what is right in your sight. And I pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Good morning. Can you hear me okay? Okay. How you doing? Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Allison Barrick. I live at 8189 Lake Road Northeast, Millersport, Walnut Township. I first want to just express my gratitude. I did listen online last week for Steve Davis, Commissioner Davis. Your comments, your extensive comments were great regarding Senate Bill 52 and the Ohio Power Siting Board's fractured legal process. We agree that Senate Bill 52, while appearing promising on paper, has proven quite different in practice. With OPSB exercising its approval authority in a process that truly is like going to trial without a jury present. I mean, it's really fractured and it doesn't prove to be a fair process. But we appreciate you publicly acknowledging this and standing with your constituents. Today, we're requesting a letter to oppose Eastern Cottontail directly from youth commissioners. We ask that you consider the new Ohio Senate Bill 2 and Ohio House Bill 15 legislations as you prepare it. This legislation offers a path to remedy some of those fractured processes. The fact it passed with almost unanimous bipartisan support truly speaks volumes of its significance. This legislation clearly guides solar and wind projects to underutilized land and brownfields. It also streamlines the OPSB siting process for corporations when they responsibly choose appropriate sites. It aligns with the Ohio Department of Agriculture's policy to preserve Ohio's prime farmland as a critical financial resource to the state of Ohio. Crucially, what this legislation does not do is diminish your existing authority over where these projects are placed. We ask you to write a letter to oppose it, please. Furthermore, at the federal level and with the Big Beautiful Bill Act, it threatens project viability by stripping federal tax credits and imposes strict supply chain rules. This threatens project viability, effectively placing the financial and operational risk directly onto Fairfield County's shoulders for projects like Eastern Cottontail. We sincerely hope you would take the longer view. Please, let's not sacrifice Walnut Township residents for a project facing uncertain viability. Commissioners, your letter is truly vital. We are still counting on your support. Thank you very much for your consideration.
Morning, we're back. I'm Sherry Pimer, 3464 South Bank Road, Walnut Township. I decided to approach this in a little bit different way that we haven't done before. Some of it's the same, but some of it is not. I'm going to hand this out and then you can see what I did here was printed out. I got some additional statistics, and this is Fairfield County solar projects comparison, comparing nation, which you've already opposed or written up resolutions, which we greatly appreciate. and comparing that to Eastern Continental. And I know Commissioner Jason was, in a news article stated that Carnation was a bigger project. Yes, it is. It's got 1,700 acres, but Eastern Continental with 1,550 acres. But given the second project waiting in the wings that will directly attach to the first Eastern Cottontail, even though they are calling it Appalachian Cottontail, it's still Eastern Cottontail and EDF Renewables. That adds another 800 acres, which brings it to 2,350 acres. And without the first Eastern Cottontail project, then the second one is just another rabbit. Megawatts, 42 for Carnation, 220 for Eastern Cottontail. With the second project, Eastern Cottontail will be 334 megawatts, which is just an upgrade to the initial project, and those are in the documents at PJM. Homes within a half a mile. Carnation has 115 homes within a half a mile. Eastern Cottontail, 258 homes. Within 1 mile, Carnation is 241, and Eastern Cottontail is 518 homes within a mile. With the second project, it will be 1,029 homes within the project. Now, compared to townships, Amanda has 36.9 square miles of land. Walnut Township has 48.1 square miles of land. It's like 50.4, including water, which includes part of a high lake. Population of Amanda Township is 2,721. Walnut Township has 6,754 people. That equates to, per square mile, 74 people per square mile in Amanda Township, 134 people per square mile in Walnut Township.
If you would, please.
Okay, Walnut Township has only 11.2 square miles more land than Amanda Township, but nearly 2.5 times more the population, 81% more people per square mile, 225% more homes within a half a mile of the project, 215% more homes within 1 mile of the project than Amanda Township's Carnation, and is the home, Walnut Township is the home of Ohio's tourist and recreation gym, according to the state of Ohio.
Sherry, please conclude your remarks.
Has close proximity to I-70 and Licking County's growth center, so why would Fairfield County want a solar project taking a precious land in Walnut Township?
Thank you, Sherry.
That's a lot of people around this project, including people that need their property rights protected. Thank you.
Good morning. Josh Berry, 5320 Canal Road, Pleasantville. Commissioner Davis, I too watched last week's meeting and got to hear a lot of your remarks, and a lot of it made sense. I can get a lot of where you're coming from on all that. It just kind of put things into perspective for me. And I've been up here before talking about all the reasons why it's not going to be good for my area and particularly my farm operation. Given the fact that we take in so much of the drainage off of the land that Cottontail is going to go on. What's kind of really dawned on me the most here lately, and you know, like you, I'm ready to move on with life and be done with this, all these hearings, everything with what has to do with this. I'm sick of it, and we all want to go back to living our lives. And for me, I just want to go back to running my farm and not have to worry about if it's still going to be there for the next generation, based on all the drainage issues that I've got to deal with, because we have yet to come up with a way to effectively take on all this potential water. You know, the farms that I got, my goal is to turn them over to my kids better than when I bought the land or received the land. And I'm at a point now, I don't know how I can improve it. This project goes forward, pass on to my kids and to the next generation. I think that's just something to consider. It's not something that's affecting us today. Those of us in my situation that's managing the land around it, the outcome of this project's gonna, my kids are gonna have to deal with next generation, next legacy, our farms are gonna have to deal with this. So, I appreciate everything you've done so far. I just would ask that you really, reconsider about getting a letter sent. We have to oppose it. We've got a whole other generation that's going to have to live with whatever effects we can get. You don't hold all the cards, but obviously you do hold some influence as our leader in this county. So with that, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Morning. My name is Barb Martin. I live at 9370 Cattail Road. I'm going to be brief. I'm just going to touch on Ohio Senate Bill 2 and Ohio House Bill 15, signed by Governor DeWine. The majority of the entire state of Ohio representation is saying solar does not belong on farmland. It belongs on brownfields and Ohio's least usable land. HB 15 preserves Ohio's valuable agricultural land and natural habitats by avoiding solar projects on lands that are well suited for food production and conservation. We ask that you support and align with this decision and oppose the Eastern Cottontail project. We are not saying we're against solar. There are better places to site it than in Walnut Township. Thank you.
And thank you for your time. My name is Betty Bennett, and I live at 4160 Baltimore Somerset Road, Northeast in Pleasantville. This has been my home for more than 35 years. Based on my husband George and I have raised our family, built our life, and made lasting memories. It's more than a house. It's our sanctuary, our peace of world. Ohio in the heart of everything we do. I'm here today, excuse me, to speak from the heart and plead with you to issue a formal letter of opposition to the Eastern Cottontail Industrial Solar Project. From the very beginning, ever since we first learned of this proposal, George and I have been firmly against it. What has followed has been nothing short of a nightmare. For years now, this project has cast a long shadow over our lives. It's the last thing I think about before I fall asleep, and the first thing I think of in the morning when I wake up. The stress, the uncertainty, the feeling of being unheard, it's all been overwhelming. I honestly can't understand how anyone could look at this proposal and believe it's a good idea for our rural community. It's not just the solar project, it's about protecting the character of our neighborhoods, the value of our homes, and the peaceful way of life we've cherished for generations. There are 85 homes that are directly adjacent to this proposed site. Ours is one of them. Of those 85, only 5 have agreed to participate. 5, that means 80 other homeowners. Families. The household will be forced to live next to something they never agreed to and do not want. How is that fair? We've heard the argument about property rights, and I know Commissioner Levesey has expressed concern in that area. But let me be clear, non-participating homeowners have property rights too. Do the rights of 5 participants outweigh the rights of 80 others? What about the 258 homes that fall within just a half a mile of the project's boundaries? Should that be overlooked? This project doesn't belong in a residential area. It's an industrial scale development that will fundamentally alter the landscape, the safety, and the serenity of our community. The citizens group, Citizens for Fairfield, have been working tirelessly to protect our homes, our farmland, and our way of life. We're not against renewable energy. We're against irresponsible development that disregards the people who actually live here. There is massive local opposition to this project. In fact, 12 of the 13 townships in Fairfield County have formally opposed it. That alone should speak volumes. Please listen to the voices of people who have everything at stake. I'm asking you from the bottom of my heart. Stand with us, your constituents, and issue a letter of opposition to this project. Let us preserve the rural character of our home and protect our rights. Protect the rights of the many and not just the few. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Selena McCord. I live at 8640 Ruffner Road, Northeast Millersport. Thank you for your time to hear my request for my family of 8 in Walnut Township in Fairfield County for the commissioners to stand in opposition against EDF's Eastern Cottontail Solar Industrial Farm project. We're still praying for the around 80 acres of surrounding land of our 5 acres that we're on to not be transformed by the Eastern Cottontail project. We've been really enjoying our summer when it comes to our family time, our garden, our vegetation, our fun outside, and enjoying the view of the corn crop surrounding us. We look forward to the Corn Festival in Millersport at the end of the summer too, and we just want to remind everyone how valuable the Corn Festival is to families that live in the local area, the pride and the excitement that people have to build up to that. And we do want the Corn Festival to continue to be a happy time, not a bitter memory of the government not supporting us for protecting the farmland. If Eastern Cottontail was approved, there would be chaos of sound and equipment on our quiet farming country road that I live on. There would be an eyesore of a planned laydown area with equipment directly beside our property, an ugly formation of metal, solar panels that really just look like junk to our family. We would notice this as we were outside and enjoying this as our family. We also have a concern of vegetation on our property being affected and heated up by possibly dying off. According to biologyinsights.com, in an article released in April 2025, the concern of solar panels heating up on the surrounding land is a stark reality. It says extensive solar farms modify heat exchange between the surface and atmosphere. Unlike natural terrain, which supports cooling through vegetation, large-scale arrays reduce the effect by replacing plant cover with heat-absorbing infrastructure. This shift can lead to localized warming, a phenomenon sometimes called the solar heat island effect, similar to the urban island heat effect observed in cities. The impact of solar farms on local temperatures patterns changes throughout the year due to variations in solar radiation, atmospheric conditions, and ground cover. During the summer, longer daylight hours and higher solar angles intensify heating of PV panels and surrounding surfaces. And according to American Expert, as of January 2025, wind and solar generation require at least 10 times as much land per unit of power produced as coal or natural gas-fired power plants. My family and I do not support the solar companies that are not family companies, by the way. They're not supporting the family. That lack proof of their energy being produced is worth them destroying our farmland and our communities that we live in. Thank you. Yes, most of the solar companies override communities' concerns with threats of suing and also of lies that we found about effects that would happen. For solar companies to come into our communities and think that we deserve their respect is unacceptable. And we are just requesting that commissioners please protect us and support our community in writing a letter to the Ohio Power Siting Board in opposition to the Eastern Cottontail project. Thank you.
Lisa Thomas, 4718 Baltimore Somerset Road, Pleasantville. This boils down to two so-called grandfathered projects. Because you have passed an exclusionary zone for all of Fairfield County. And I very much appreciate that. Question: if we are grandfathering projects, why are we not grandfathering the law? I have been asking for a while now, who is writing these laws and who is it protecting? As far as property rights, I moved to an area zoned rural residential. I had no idea these leases were being drafted and signed. I think we need a law with a clause that states this must be disclosed to potential buyers, people like me, that unknowingly purchased a house that will potentially be surrounded by this mess. So I ask, where are my property rights? Now our commissioners have decided they are going to try to protect the fine people living in Amanda Township, and I applaud you for that. I can't imagine you, our commissioners, choosing one over the other. And if you do, please help us understand why. I am praying that you will do the same for the people in Walnut Township that has been the guinea pigs in this process, as we are facing a very same flawed system. In fact, we are currently in the sights of the Ohio Power Siting Board and making a decision. It makes me sick to my stomach that a panel of people that will take all of about 5 minutes to roll this project. They have not seen me or the project, nor have they looked our county commissioner or township in the eyes. They have not witnessed our community has been put through the ringer over this for 3 years. IDF has this project, in my understanding, has several hundred more acres that could potentially be developed. Can we agree we all have been put in a terrible position because of Senate Bill 52? Our township has been through terrible anguish. This has caused mental and physical issues, pitted neighbors against neighbors, and damaged countless relationships. So let's move forward and protect the taxpayers and preserve the land for everyone in Fairfield County. I am hoping you are working behind the scenes with other elected officials so they can express their opposition to these projects also. I implore you, please write a letter in opposition to the Eastern Cottontail Industrial Solar Project. Thank you.
Anyone else would like to address the commission at this time? Thank you all for coming. Administration update, please.
Thank you, Commissioner. Pleased to introduce Katie White and Grant Ames from the Central Agency on Aging. I have to say that a little bit slower. But they have joined us here today to answer any questions that you might have, or just to be here and in advance of the resolutions that you do have on your agenda for the voting meeting regarding joining the Regional Council of Governments, as well as the appointees that you will make to the council and the board. Thank you for joining us today. I don't know if you guys wanted to share any brief remarks or anything, or just wanted to hear if they had questions.
To share just a little bit about COAAA. I know you've got a full agenda, so I'll keep it very short. But my name is Katie White. I'm the director of the Central Ohio Area Agency on Aging, and I'm joined by Grant Ames, the director of Government Affairs and Strategic Initiatives. Thank you so much, first of all, for having us here today and for supporting the regionalization of the important work that we do. COAAA is one of 622 area agencies on aging that serve the U.S. Our main mission is to plan, advocate, provide, and fund services. We fund a lot of services in Fairfield County, mainly Meals on Wheels, and have had a great relationship with Anna Tobin there. We've had the pleasure of meeting Corey Clark. We are just really thrilled for the opportunity to be able to take our city program of COAAA and make it into a regional entity. And I also want to make sure I allow my colleague here just a minute to speak as well. So thank you.
Thank you all. Zero AAA, just more high level, provides home and community based or coordinates home and community based services for folks that are eligible for nursing home care. So instead of being in a nursing facility, they're able to receive their resources at home, stay in their home and community for as long as possible, stay with their family members. And we know that that's where they are happiest and healthiest, and that's what our services provide. So we roughly case manage about 12,000 individuals across the 8-county region in Central Ohio, and provide funding for services for about 25,000 folks across those 8-county regions. So we're happy to be here today and excited to have Fairfield County join as part of our organization.
On behalf of the commission, thank you both for being here. I think on a different day, we might have a more full-bodied discussion. But in the interest of our schedule, I just want to thank you. And then I'll see if my colleague, Commissioner Levesey, has any questions or comments.
I don't have any questions, but, I serve on, the Attorney General's Commission for Elder Use. And that's one of the things that isn't being talked about enough because there's a lot of that going on. And so each of us to protect the elderly because many times they're the most vulnerable.
And it sounds like one of the board members will be Director DPS.
Yes, so thank you guys for taking time out of your schedule. Greatly appreciate that to come down. The 2 resolutions that we do have on, one is joining and then accepting the bylaws. Then the second one, we did all of the appointments. So appointment to the council would be myself if they approve that resolution. And then the 3 board members would be Anna Tobin, as you spoke of, Alyssa Wanasek, who's there in the back there, who is over our APS program here in Fairfield County, and then Corey Clark, who you've already met, is our Director of Job and Family Services. And he's spoken very highly of you and the process and all the work that's gone into making this transition.
I'll leave some information if that's all right. I'll just
That'd
have
be
you
great.
here. It's happy to come back anytime for an additional meeting.
Just so you folks kind of know, you're welcome to stay or go, whatever you'd like to do. This section of our meeting is what we call review. It'll conclude soon, I hope. And then we will go into what we call our voting pattern, which is when the actual resolutions are voted on. I would expect all that to occur within the next 20 minutes.
We'll plan to stay. We're a little bit nerdy, but we're very excited about all of these, so we'll be here.
And Corey did make me aware that there is the meeting tomorrow evening, so I think, I'm not sure if he was able to reach out to Anna yet or not, and so I think you'll have all 4 of us.
Great.
There for the meeting then. Alyssa, you're good, right? Okay, all right, yes.
She is now.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much. Continuing county administration.
Thank you. And I do see that we've got Jason Grubb online there. Jason, you don't have to say anything. I just want to give you a shout out. John is doing a lot of great work there with facilities, and I know that you are helping him out so that he can focus on some of those bigger projects. So thank you, Jason. We've got the elected official and department head roundtable today, which will be taking place at the Fairfield Center in Pickerington this afternoon. Also wanted to make you aware of some activity on the CDBG front. So CCAO is taking part in a state coalition process to protect the Community Development Block Grant Program, otherwise known as CDBG. The Federal House Appropriations Committee reviewed HUD's fiscal year 26 budget this week, and a proposal that eliminates the CDBG program. And cutting this program would have devastating impacts on Ohio communities. CCAO is definitely in tune with this and is available to provide updates as they learn more from the House Appropriations Committee. Just wanted to make you all aware of that activity. Review packet does contain a list of administrative approvals, and there are 30 resolutions on the agenda for the regular voting meeting. We just talked about the first 2 resolutions in respect to COAAA. We also have 2 resolutions appointing Alicia Blagg and Tracy Freeman to the Adam H. Board. And I'm sorry, I should have said, those are reappointments. So those were appointments that you recently made for partial terms, and this would be allowing them to continue on. We checked in with Marcy Fields, and she is very happy about their participation and representation on the board, and therefore is looking for you all to move forward with that reappointment process. Engineer's office has 4 resolutions on the agenda, 2 resolutions to approve contracts for projects and 2 resolutions approving notices to commence the projects. The first is the resurfacing project with Picosing Construction, and the second is the microsurfacing contract with Pavement Maintenance Systems LLC. Jeremiah, anything you want to add there?
Thanks for gearing up for our annual paving project, and microsurfacing is basically paving. It's just a little different type of application. That's all.
Awesome. And then did you say you had some pictures you might want to share, Jeremiah?
I do. But what Eric sent me was a link to some file, so I got to dig them out of that.
Okay.
So you'll have this afternoon.
Perfect. Yes, we share them there. All right, wonderful. Thank you. And then lastly, JFS has 3 resolutions for network placements and related services. And that is it. We do not have a budget review today. Do you have any questions about that? Okay, Rochelle, calendar review and invitations received, please.
Thank you. There will be a regulating fill in the North Walnut floodplain conversation on July 16th at 9 a.m. in this room. Family and Children First Council has a full council meeting on July 17th at 8:30 a.m. at the Fairfield County Ag Center. The Lancaster Fairfield Community Action Agency has a Board of Directors meeting July 17th at 11:30 a.m. at the Recycling Center. Juvenile Court sent an invitation for their Sample Around the World event on August 21st, starting at 4:30 p.m. Fairfield County Job and Family Services will celebrate their 25-year anniversary on September 25th from 3:30 to 5 p.m. The Commissioner's Office received a Type 2 expedited annexation for 163.609 acres from Greenfield Township to the City of Lancaster. Agents for the petitioner are Jeffrey Vandervoort and Craig Moncrief. The Commissioners also received correspondence regarding large-scale solar facilities. And that is it.
Thank you, Rochelle. That's all, Commissioner.
Thank you. Next section here. The one thing, say another. We are going to touch base with elected officials. I just ask you to keep your comments brief. We've got 3 hours this afternoon where we get to hear at length. So if you do that for me, I'd appreciate it. And then department heads will pass on you here this morning. Again, given the opportunity later today, you get to say a lot. So we'll hear about it then. With that being said, I'm going to go quick down the road here. Sheriff Lake, it's good to see you, sir.
Be here, sir. I'll defer most of my comments to this afternoon, but just dealing with the summer activities and moving right along. So.
Appreciate you, sir. And I hope the men and women in your office understand that we appreciate them as well.
I believe they do. And like that, just quickly, the Feds project gives us an area to prepare our activities with respect to public safety. It's just a kind of a bit of a sanctuary and being able to do that. And it has dramatically cut down on all that to be traffic. So
thank you.
Well appreciated.
Thanks, Sheriff. Treasurer Bonds.
Quickly, as everyone knows, the due date for second half taxes is this coming Thursday. We've been very busy downstairs. Also, just reinforcing what IT tells us all the time, and that is, last evening I got a email from Jeremiah Up that says he wants to change his banking information. Obviously, that's spam, and I will report it as such.
No, I think that was him.
I think I'd rather keep it myself.
Lisa, how are you doing today?
I'm well. I'll defer to this afternoon. Thank you.
Jeremiah, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I just want to thank you all for your support, both from the TID and the engineer's office.
This afternoon, Dr. Brown.
Our website now includes the residential properties for 1125 and the collections of 26. Those have all been updated. What is yet to be updated for the final abstract is the new construction, which we're continuing to gather information about that. If you have interest in your residential property, you can see it right now, even before the letters reach you that were sent in mail. One of the most common questions is what is that percentage on average of that increase in property valuations for residential properties? It's 27.5% to 28% is the average, which is the same as it was in the triennial. There are 3 levies on the ballot right now as of today for November, and I just want to report that they're all additional or renewal levies. And did receive very positive comment relating to the homestead utilities program. Just wanted to pass that on to you because a lot of the calls relating to homestead, and people were very impressed with that. And say thank you to utilities and thank you to the commissioners for that. In the budget, I'll just say really quick that when it comes to sales tax, we are 50.6% collected as of the middle of the year, which is very good news. That estimate is good, and the Budget Commission narratives were due yesterday, so we'll be reviewing those in terms of justification of levy rates. This afternoon, I will be at a national editorial board for the AGA. I have representation at the.
Thank you, Dr. Under full business, I'll just say I've had a bunch of meetings this past week on a variety of issues. More to come. Commissioner Levacy under old business.
Yeah, no, I'll be real quick. So, you know, as you all know, we're working on developing the Fairfield County Veterans Hall of Fame. And as we get involved in this, you find out additional information. And something I knew about that's really not talked about much is the first Congressional Medal Honor winner was Fairfield County. His name was Jacob Parrott, lived around Rushville. He was buried in Hardin County, but I'm working with the State Historic Society to develop a monument to recognize that, because it's a big deal. Very first, that was, if anybody saw the movie, The Great Locomotive Chase, that was about Jacob Parrott in the Civil War, quite a hero. So, where did that come in the future?
Thank you, Commissioner. I have no new business. Under new business, Commissioner Levacy.
I don't. Thank you.
I can step over there to check and see if by chance Commissioner Fix got the opportunity to sign in, and I don't think he's be able to do that. I was going to give him an opportunity to address us. Please rise if you are able to join us in pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Michelle, do we have any announcements?
Just that in 3 weeks, this is putting it out there a little early, that the August 5th meeting is an evening meeting. It will be at 7 p.m. at the Rush Creek Township Fire Department in Brittany.
All right, thank you, Michelle. We'll move on to the approval of minutes for July 8th, 2025.
So moved.
Second, discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Pose same sign. The motion carries unanimously. Please proceed.
From the Commissioners, Resolution 2025-7.15.a, a resolution authorizing Fairfield County to enter into the Regional Council of Governments for the Central Ohio Area Agency on Aging, and authorizing the execution and delivery of an agreement establishing the COAAA as a Regional Council of Governments and approving the bylaws of the Regional Council of Governments for the Central Ohio Area Agency on Aging.
Mr. Commissioners, I move resolutions A, B, C, D, and E.
Second, discussion. Appreciate you folks being with us today. Exciting news is it seems like you're going to win. Thank you very much for the discussion. Start roll.
Commissioner Levacy?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Motion passes 2-0. From the Fairfield County Auditor, Resolution 2025-7.15.f, a resolution to appropriate from unappropriated a major expenditure object category for Auditor Real Estate Assessment Fund 2022 REA.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
This allows the Real Estate Assessment Fund to participate in the innovation of DocLink.
Discussion. Please vote.
Commissioner Levacy?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Motion passes 2-0. From the Fairfield County Auditor Payroll, Resolution 2025-7.15.g, a resolution authorizing a memo expense memo receipt for the general fund 2% administration fee for managing the county self-insurance program, Fund 5376 to General 1001.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Process to move funds for the administrative fee to the general fund.
Discussion. Let's go to roll.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Motion passes 2-0. From Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities, Resolution 2025-7.15.h, a resolution to approve a memo expense memo receipt for the cost of transportation for individuals paid to Fairfield County Transit as a memo expenditure for Fund 2060.
Second, discussion. Let's go to roll.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Motion passes 2-0. From Fairfield County EMA, Resolution 2025-7.15.i, a resolution to appropriate from unappropriated in a major expenditure object category, EMA Fund 2707/8323 EMPG grant, fiscal year 23 and 2090 EMA fund.
So moved.
Second, discussion. Please go to roll.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Motion passes 2-0. For the Fairfield County Engineer, Resolution 2025-7.15.j, a resolution to approve the contract with Cocosing Construction Company Incorporated for the 2025 resurfacing project.
Under Fairfield County Engineer, I move resolution J, K, L, and M.
Hey, Jeremiah. This, J, I don't have the, I mean, I know I have access to it, but it's not in front of me right now, the underlying resolution. I just found the title wanting the 2025 resurfacing project. Is there one? What are they doing?
That's basically our pavement overlay.
Everywhere. Not just one road.
Oh, no.
Okay.
We package all the roads we're doing together.
Okay, all right, that's fine. I had a plural versus singular problem. It's solved now. Further discussion.
I don't think anybody from Ohio State wrote that either, so the paving project. I'm good, thank you.
Please call to roll.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Motion passes 2-0. The Fairfield County Job and Family Services, Resolution 2025-7.15.n, a resolution regarding an amendment for previously approved network placement and related services agreement between Reflections Group Home LLC and Child Protective Services.
Under Fairfield County Jobs and Family Services, I move resolution N through S.
Second, discussion. Please call to roll.
Commissioner Levesey? Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Motion passes 2-0. Fairfield County Juvenile Probate Court, Resolution 2025-7.15.t, a resolution to appropriate from unappropriated major expenditure object category for Juvenile Court 2630 special projects.
For Fairfield County Juvenile Probate Court, I move resolutions T, V.
Second, discussion. Please call to roll.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Motion passes 2-0. From the Fairfield County Sheriff, Resolution 2025-7.15.w, a resolution to appropriate from unappropriated in major expenditure object category for Sheriff's Office 2909 Marine Patrol.
For Fairfield County Sheriff, I move resolutions W, X, Y, and Z.
Second, discussion. Sheriff, I wanted to ask you a little more on that, security fence there for the employees. Is that, I couldn't tell if it's operational or not operational yet.
Yeah, it
is.
been operational for 2 weeks now.
So in terms of like, if somebody's just driving by and tries to pull in there, they can't
But you have to actually badge me.
use the access then. Further discussion? Please go to roll.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Motion passes 2-0. From South Central Major Crimes Unit, Resolution 2025-7.15.aa, a resolution to authorize the Fairfield County Commissioners to sign the South Central Ohio Major Crimes Unit Subgrant Award Agreement for the Violent Crimes Reduction Project 2 Grant Award.
Under South Central Major Crime Unit, I move resolutions double A and double B.
Second, discussion. Let's go to roll.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Motion passes 2-0. From Fairfield County Transit, Resolution 2025-7.15.cc. A resolution authorizing the approval of a service agreement by and between Fairfield County Transit and Teamworks.
So moved.
Second discussion.
Transit two. There, percent licensed students, things like that.
Thank you. Further discussion? Let's call the roll.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Motion passes 2-0. Payment of bills, Resolution 2025-7.15.d.d. A resolution authorizing the approval of payment of invoices for departments that need Board of Commissioners approval.
So moved.
Second discussion? Let's call the roll.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Motion passes 2-0. The next regular meeting is scheduled for July 22nd at 9 a.m.
So on that meeting on July 22nd, we would again anticipate all three commissioners being able to make that meeting, and probably meetings after that. This has been a little bit of an unusual summer as far as how some scheduling things worked out for the commissioners, but I think we're just about ready to get back on track here. As mentioned, I have several meetings between now and the 1 o'clock roundtable, which is at the Fairfield Center in Pickerington. That's scheduled from 1 to 4. But on the other hand, I'm running that meeting too, so it might not go until 4 o'clock. We'll see. Accept a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
I got a motion to adjourn in a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. The commission is adjourned. If you're scheduled to meet with me, you know it. Thank you all for coming.